Got two already. Bang is hiding. He's coming. Bang looking to come in. Here comes your initiation. They're right through. Oh my God!
Thunder Shockwave will find them.
This is in a huge amount of trouble. He's going to try and take matters into his own hands. Couldn't find the second shot fast enough, but Jax, he drops in. Oh, talk about a custodian. Talk about a superstar.
All hail the new kings, Samsung Galaxy, your 2017 World Champions.
What if I told you that competitive Genshin Impact was a thing? Sounds weird, right? Because gachas in general are designed to be player versus environment, or short PvE. The reason for this isn't a lack of competition, but rather how you're getting stuff in the game. As the genre already tells, you can only unlock new characters if you are fortunate enough to pull one, and the huge amount of randomness intended to prevent the player from having perfect stats, and therefore no reason to play, leads to the uncompetitive nature of Genshin Impact. But why did I mention it in the first place? 5 months ago, YouTuber Tenten uploaded a video about the Genshin Championship. The GCS is a Chinese competition in which 2 teams, consisting of 2 players each, are competing to clear the Spiral Abyss in the shortest amount of time possible. Both teams will have to go through a pick and ban phase to choose their characters and prevent the other team from getting theirs. The constellations of characters can't exceed a certain point, and you can only use a limited amount of 5-star weapons and level 20 artifacts. This concept prevents the player from rushing through each chamber in just seconds and forces them to adapt to their character's strengths. I would say the creativity they have is insane, as they use teams that look strange, but I don't think it will last for long. As DPS is the determining factor in the meta, it will always be the same. It is true that sometimes characters are not as useful in certain situations, or the blessing of the Abyssal Moon makes certain units more powerful, but it doesn't establish a new meta or playstyle. Next, we have the environment. A game's diversity comes from a change of environment, and I just don't mean the arena or field you're playing in, but also external factors that make it feel less repetitive. PUBG might give you a different starting position from the last round, or a different weapon, but the goal remains the same. League's neutral objectives, such as the Drake, are random and may change your approach to your winning condition. It also applies to any other multiplayer game. Your teammates or opponents' seemingly random actions also impact the game. The only thing that comes close to this in Genshin is the random buff at the beginning of each chamber. It feels too repetitive due to the lack of exterior factors and a drastic change in the meta. This and not getting any further rewards for playing more often are the reasons why the Spiral Abyss seems so lackluster. But there's another reason why competitive Genshin isn't going to establish itself. As stated at the beginning, not everyone is able to play it that way, because the strength and progress of your account are dependent on RNG, which makes it unequal for everyone. I have lost my 50-50 just twice in my entire time playing the game. You might have all standard 5 stars already. You might have insane luck getting the 5-star weapons you want. Accounts are defined by things like characters, constellations, weapons, and artifacts. It is great for diversity and making your character feel unique, but for competitive scenarios, this is definitely a problem. So can you imagine a future where you can compete with others in Genshin Impact that is enjoyable to watch and exciting to participate in? Maybe. You see, the Genshin community is creative, and I mean very creative. We already have speedrunners, labyrinth and racetrack architects. Game modes such as Hyakunin Iki allowed us to accumulate points based on our performance. There are still plenty of options for the future. There's only one caveat: the randomness in the game. As for me, I will stick with League of Legends and hope to see my favorite team win the World Championship. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. They did what? Perfect regular split?